Welcome everyone, we are the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network, and this is going to be segment 3 of our initial broadcast. I am the co-founder and your host for the majority of our segments. You can call me the captain. Basically, I'm going to get into the news. We did our first few segments, our introductory video where we explained what we're about, what we're trying to do, how we're trying to empower you folks, and get you involved in the world you live in, make you aware of the things going on around you, because a lot of people are living in a fantasy world. A lot of people are zombies. And if you followed our second video, our second upload of the initial broadcast, we will define, you'll know what I mean when I say zombies. You know, there's not real flesh-eating zombies out there. You know what I mean. There's people that don't think for themselves out there. And those are the people we're trying to reach, the people who need to be made aware that they're an individual, not a part of a group, not a part of a fantasy world. They are living in the real world, and they are human beings. So, and again, if you're a full-fledged zombie, you're not going to understand any of this, and you're just going to laugh, and I wish the best for you. So let me get down to it. I noticed I reviewed my first videos, and I noticed the lighting was bad, so I turned another light on. I don't know how it's going to be. My room's kind of crappy. We're a no-budget news recap show, so bear with me, folks. Again, if you want high-quality stuff, real up-to-date information, Infowars.com, WorldNet Daily, PrisonPlanet.com, Drudge Report, Alex Jones, Infowars Nightly News. Check them out. They're pretty up to date, and they're honest with you. You know, we don't have the government telling us what to say. We don't have teleprompters. We don't have written up reports about what we're supposed to talk about. We talk about what we find, and we present the information to you all so that you can come up with your own decisions, and we're also going to give you a little bit of our own decision. Again, I did bad on the time check. I'm going to do a time check real quick, folks, because I already filmed one and it was too long and I was upset. Alright, so 8 minutes, okay, got about 7 minutes left. Alright, let me get into the news real quick so I can brush through this. Basically, everyone knows about the war on terror. 9/11, World Trade Center, Pentagon, kaboom, airplanes. One blew up out in the field, apparently, and nothing against the people that lost their lives. In fact, I mourn all these people, like I'm going to mention in later videos once I get through this information. I feel very much for the people who are suffering under these atrocities, and I want them to come to an end entirely, worldwide, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing, to try and stop this before it gets out of hand. So that being said, everyone knows that we were targeting radical Islamists as the terrorists. They were the bad guys, remember? They were the ones who flew those airplanes in there, apparently. And again, I got to mention this. I have nothing against Islam. I have a lot of Muslim friends. I work with a lot of Muslims. I've gotten to know them very well. We've become very close. In college, I've made it a point to study all religions, even the ones that don't exist anymore. And you know, I was raised as a Christian, so that's made up my fundamental understanding, although I don't really fundamentally believe in all Christian fundamentals anymore, because I've done a little bit of historical research on Christianity as well, and turns out it's not so clean either. So, you know, nothing against Muslims, nothing like that, but those were the ones that were targeted by our country, by my country, after 9/11. So basically, I'm going to say Twilight Zone alert now, and people who've been following us know what that means. Things are going to be backwards here real quick. In the past years, really at the end of the Bush administration, the beginning, and really the duration of the Obama administration, it will probably continue on into the Robomney, as I like to call it. It'll either be Romney or Obama. I don't know yet. The election hasn't happened. It's only November 4th. I probably won't upload this until after the election, though, but it'll probably continue no matter who's elected, because they're both puppets of the same, you know, two heads of the same snake here, folks. Anyway, let me move on. 5 minutes. Veterans are being targeted as terrorists. There we go. I said it. That's what the Department of Homeland Security says. So I got to get into it now. They are, like I said, it's Twilight Zone. The war on terror has been flipped around. No longer are we targeting radical Islamists as potential terrorists. No, no, no. Now, Department of Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano, its head, has declared that veterans are the most likely terrorist targets. The guys who we sent to fight terrorists are now the terrorists. Again, it's Twilight Zone Bizarre World, folks. I don't know if you can see my facial expressions because, like I said, the light's terrible in here. But I'm making a what? That's kind of crazy sort of face. So, that being said, this article here is from WND, which is WorldNet Daily, and it's basically talking about that the Department of Homeland Security says that veterans are the most likely to be terrorists, and they believe that right-wing extremist groups are going to use them, and then in some articles they even say that right-wing extremists are going to side with Al-Queda, which is crazy for anyone who knows any extremely right-wing people. I happen to know some right-wing people. They're not all bad as the media portrays them, but they definitely wouldn't side with Al-Queda, so I don't know what the Department of Homeland Security is smoking, but I think they should stop. Let me move on now. Here's another one. Again, the headline here, Napolitano, veterans are targets of right-wing extremist recruiters. And it's basically the same stuff. Basically, the veterans got upset that she said this, that they were being targeted as terrorists, and she apologized, but then she said, I don't really mean my apology, you really are being targeted as terrorists. Those aren't her exact words, but those might as well have been her exact words. She said it in a more formal and diplomatic way. Here's another headline. This one's from Infowars.com. Great site. I advise our viewers to take a look at it. WND is another one, WorldNet Daily. And again, some of this will be on mainstream media. You can find it there too, but they'll just gloss over it because they don't cover important stuff. They cover mom and shop bakeries and stuff like that. But basically, the headline here is Alert, DHS rounding up veterans, throwing them in mental institutions. Veterans are being targeted in aftermath of Homeland Security smear campaign. And basically, this article here is talking about a former Marine, Brandon Robb. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he was in Virginia. He was actually one of my best friends. Her boyfriend is in the same unit as him, and I'd actually like to talk to him about this guy, but maybe I'll do that in an interview eventually for Liberty Intelligence Organization Network. But I'm not going to be able to do it tonight. But basically, this guy they declared he was insane because he made a post on Facebook where he questioned the events of 9/11 and what the war on terror was really about. And they basically said, you're insane, and they threw him in a mental asylum. And he didn't get out until John Whitehead, a lawyer, came in and said, look, this is against the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights that says freedom of speech. He's allowed to ask questions. You can't detain someone for asking questions. At least not yet you can. So he ended up getting him out, and he also revealed that there are 20 further cases in his county alone of military personnel being detained of potential insanity and being targeted as terrorists. So, I mean, that's just in one county. Imagine this must be going on nationwide, big time. And here's the final article we're going to get to in this segment. The title of the segment is going to be Veterans Are Terrorists? Question mark. Kind of strange. This one's out of the Washington Times. And basically it's the same thing as the Brandon Robb story. Again, right here, I'm going to show it to you folks. I'm running out of time. And basically those are going to be the articles I'm going to present here. We're going to link to them. I've already linked to some stuff in the earlier videos. Again, I'm going to end it here. I want our viewers to stay tuned, to check out Infowars if you want to stay up to date on this stuff. And I got to end the video now, so stay safe, stay strong, stay informed, stay free. Most importantly, stay alive, folks. That's it. I hope you all join us for further videos, and thank you all very much.